have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They had 2 straight first downs. Now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Back to Robinson now on first down. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 16 carries, 97 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching?
And now the rookie's free. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Robinson will score. Touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Richardson to throw off play action. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Colts at on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35. From the gun, it's Taylor. There's a nice move. Taken down at the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 82 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. David Onyemata in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Back deep is a very dangerous Mike Hughes. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up the Falcons' first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He got 29 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Koo now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now it's Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Richardson shotgun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it. Tries the right side, finding Woods here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the option left, Richardson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Richardson to the air on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Goodson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Richardson to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead, Taylor able to power through. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Down at the 2. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Johnson is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had, but those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Trying the left side with Algier.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it is caught. He's got it first and maybe more. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Robinson up the middle.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them.
There he goes, right side.
Jonathan Taylor.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Gay is on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the give, Algier headed left.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it.
But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And Richardson back to throw it.
Oh, he stays up.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now the Colts moving quickly here in a hurry-up offense.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
Richardson working from the gun.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And he's closing in on that number. They're all running back circle. Beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, It started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up right. You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Take it at the 37. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
They'll look to
7.
throw here. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Now Richardson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on third. Richardson looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, the Falcons fly in and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And that play was made coming up the middle. That wasn't a punt block from the outside, Charles.
That means someone had their eyes in the wrong place, and that would be the personal protector. Look in the middle first before you scan to the side. Sometimes they get distracted and think the threat is coming off the edge. Up the middle is the one you have to care about the most because that's the quickest spot and the quickest way to the punter.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they like some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Off play action, Richardson.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Richardson.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Taken from just outside the 30. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return.
And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons 1st down as he's across midfield to the 48. On the give, here's Robinson.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. He'll keep it himself.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Excellent job on the keeper, 20 yards and a 1st down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal.
Williams. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
It's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. And if somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
Second field goal here in his 3rd quarter, and his 3rd of the game so far.
He's been an important part of the offense, that's for sure, and they may need him again before this one's said and done. So I would treat him like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone and let him focus.
Now a hit and a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Dayo Odengbo able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Algier going straight ahead.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson.
An escape sack.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's to the tight end, Mallory.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Now it's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Richardson. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time, and under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 2nd and 10.
There defensively.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Locates Mooney on the out route. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. From the gun, Richardson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So the starting field position was terrific following a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And now following the desperation turnover on downs, they're set up with a 1st and goal to go. Now this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Robinson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
One last shot for Richardson. Keeps himself upright. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Atlanta, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Colts, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games